This is WWE Wrestling Legend Hall of Famer Tito Santana.
This is WWE NXT Superstar Lexis King.
And you are listening to the Source Wrestling Podcast. Arriba!
And you're listening to the Source Wrestling Podcast. Long live Lexis King.
You're looking at the best there
Austin
is.
316.
What do you guys want to talk about? I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest. I'm the best. I'm the best in the world.
Let me talk to you. Yeah.
You will rest in
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It is that time of the year. It is our WrestleMania 40 episode of The Source, WWE, AEW, All Things Wrestling Podcast with Joe
and
Mike. Yeah. And we are going to talk to you about WrestleMania 40. It is the day after WrestleMania as we record this, and it was a WrestleMania to remember. Some unbelievable, unreal moments. Took place at Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and it was an open-air stadium. The weather was chilly for these people. Us as New Englanders, it would have been another day, I feel like, out there, weather-wise, but it didn't end up really being a big factor. We had some wins on night one. Night two was the nicer of the nights, and it's WrestleMania, guys. It is the Super Bowl for us wrestling fans here, and we start WrestleMania night one off with a banger. It was the man, Becky Lynch, versus WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion, Rhea Ripley. And what a match this was, man. From the entrances, Becky's was very heavy on her book that just came out. Her gear was
nice
in her gear,
style.
and her gear was actually her pages of her book, which I thought was really cool.
Of her book in the beginning was kind of an
interesting. That was
never
cool.
Been done before.
No, never seen anything like it. The
what
production here is insane already.
Yeah, I wish it helped her more.
Yeah, wish it helped her more. Yeah, Rhea Ripley then comes out with Motionless in White. Playing her theme song, and that was just epic as hell right there. That's the dream gig for a band.
Yeah,
you want to play WrestleMania.
Where'd you play last night? Oh, we just played WrestleMania.
We played Rhea Ripley out to the ring.
No big deal.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We're not doing much right now. This match, guys, was unbelievable. We were told that Becky Lynch had been sick all Mania week, that she had strep throat, 102-degree fever.
Or maybe they were saying that just to soften her up.
Maybe.
Maybe it was a work.
Yeah,
you never know.
She is, right. You never know.
Especially in this Triple H era, which is an awesome era, but it's also very Easter eggy.
It is.
Very,
it is.
Yeah.
And they're calling this, Cody Rhodes himself even copyrighted this, the Renaissance era.
Oh.
He copyrighted that term right there, and it was given by the fans, is what he said. That's what people are calling this era. This new era that we're starting tonight, guys.
Yeah.
It's the Renaissance era. And Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, they had a banger of a match. Sick or not, she went hard, Becky did. And nevertheless, Rhea Ripley retains her Women's World Championship after a couple riptides. It took more than one. There was quite a few riptides, one into the turnbuckle.
I thought I was seeing a manhandle off the top rope at one point, but that didn't go through.
She turned that around for sure.
Yeah, that would have been the ender.
Yeah, so Rhea Ripley's story does not end here. She retains her championship at WrestleMania
she's popping
40.
Too hard. I see a double championship maybe in her future.
Oh, she could definitely do it if there's one woman.
Type of women star.
Oh, yeah. She's polarizing, man. She's polarizing. Yeah. Shout out to both the women for opening WrestleMania 40 with a bang for sure. And we're going to move on to the next match, guys. Night one, let's go. Next match of WrestleMania 40, we got to see the six-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, what a match this was, guys. The teams included are Awesome Truth, A-Town Down Under, New Catch Republic, DIY, The New Day, and The Judgment day the current undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. And this match was, the bar was set high with all the build-up. They really did.
I don't think any of us really knew what to make of what was going to happen.
Yeah, right.
I was really picking up on before it happened how they were looking to be in a situation where the titles could absolutely be split.
Yes.
And that was the biggest thing I knew coming into this, is that we could see
a title
two sets
split.
of champions for the first time in a long time.
Yeah. And so the match begins, and it's an all-out brawl, chaos, right from the grip, dude. And all these teams are really getting over. The crowd's into it, and very shortly into the match, I just remember Mike and I watched night one together, and we're watching Grayson Waller climb the ladder like a grasshopper, dude. And he made it right to the top and pulled down the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, and a shocker, like nothing happened. Completely shocked the world, and A-Town Down Under is your new SmackDown Tag Team Champion. So that tells you right there, Mike, that your prediction was correct.
I'm not sure if I'm really that down with the choice.
I know. But it made things interesting. It shocked you.
It makes things interesting.
We're at WrestleMania. Anything can happen.
Realize why Grayson Waller and Austin Theory have been hanging around as a tag team for so long now.
Right. They have plans for them, I guess.
Sense. They rewarded us with Awesome Truth next, right?
After Waller pulls down the titles, he's celebrating. Theory's in there celebrating, and Waller, the celebration gets cut very short. Waller is slammed, still holding the title, to the outside of the ring through a ladder, and the ladder just snaps in half. Yeah. And he still had the title over his shoulder, but he was basically a non-factor after that. And we had spots later on in this match where Awesome Truth had some moments where they were R-Truth was looking for a tag into the match. There was no tags in this match. R-Truth then later went for a pinfall. And there were no pins in this match.
Nope.
And luckily, his partner Miz
he
is very
counted
under.
Too. 1, 2, 3, and then celebrated.
He celebrated. Yeah, but luckily his partner Miz is awesome, and he's very, very patient with R-Truth, and he let him know that there are no pins in this match as well. Needless to say, this match is going crazy. People are getting put through tables. JD McDonough's out there. He took a mega bump off the top of off of a ladder. Outside of the ring through some tables that looked really nasty. And then, everyone is out of this match, and the ladder's, in the ring at this point. And it's R-Truth and Damian Priest. And you would think that Damian Priest would handle this, And
I was kind of wondering the entire matchup where they were.
Right,
they weren't. They were incapacitated for most of the match.
They were, and I remember you bringing that up as we were watching it. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, guys, Damian Truth, you hear that? Damian Truth, brother. Damian Priest got handled by R-Truth.
He pushed over that ladder.
He did. He pushed over the ladder and
put
then
him into a.
He grabbed Damian Priest and put him into John Cena's AA position and AA'd him out of the ring, and then it's just R-Truth by himself
with a golden opportunity.
Opportunity for the Awesome Truth. The whole crowd's yelling at him. Truth, climb the ladder, because he's just standing there and he doesn't know what to do. He ends up grabbing the ladder, guys. He climbs up. He gets the titles, and your new Raw Tag Team Champions, the Awesome Truth. R-Truth was winless at WrestleMania before this, and this was a huge moment for him. I feel like he's put in a lot of work over the last year to get over on TV and to make us wrestling fans happy. So I'm glad that they acknowledged him in this moment. And Awesome Truth are your new tag team champions of this six-pack ladder match at WrestleMania 40. And next up, guys, we have the tag team match that was recently made. It was the Luchador GOAT, Rey Mysterio, and Andrade, his new partner, because Dragon Lee was hurt. So it's Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And this match was okay. Was fairly entertaining. I did see one move that I have to point out that I've never seen before. Andrade had Rey Mysterio on his shoulders in like an electric chair position, and they were outside of the ring, and their opponents, Dirty Dom and Santos, were outside the ring on the floor. So it was like an electric chair crossbody that
was pretty
Andrade and Rey Mysterio pulled off, which was really cool. Never seen it done before. He had Rey on
Honestly,
his shoulders.
I expected Andrade to turn on Rey Mysterio the whole
Yeah,
time.
we both did. It didn't happen.
No.
You know, I guess Drew McIntyre didn't pray for it. That's why it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But needless to say, guys, this was a good filler match, I would say. Your winners were Rey Mysterio and Andrade after Andrade hit the prayer, I think his finisher is called. Whatever you guys want to call it. He hits it. It's actually the message. It is the message. He hit that move. Rey Mysterio came up with a big splash. After that, 1, 2, 3. Your winners at
That's
WrestleMania 40 are Andrade. I almost said El Idolo because I still want to call him that. And the GOAT, Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Next up on the WrestleMania 40 card, we had the Big Three versus Damage Control. The Big Three, this new faction, if you will, and what a faction it is with Bianca Belair, the EST, Feel the Glow, Naomi, and the Storm, Jade Cargill. And this match was pretty cool. They were going against Damage Control members.
Well, we got to see Jade Cargill, so yeah. Cool.
Duh. Instantly cool.
Yep. She looked great, too.
Oh, they all did. They all looked awesome. Phenomenal entrances as well for this match. Damage Control members Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Asuka, the Kabuki Warriors, the champions who are not defending their championships at WrestleMania 40, so that means they mean nothing. This match was pretty cool, though. A lot of big spots for the Big Three. It wasn't very one-sided. We did have some moments where Damage Control was getting over, but then, Jade Cargill was just tagged in this match, and all hell broke loose. The Big Three, they worked together very well, and they ended up taking the win in this match. Bianca hits the KOD, the Kiss of Death, followed by Jade Cargill's really, really nice finishing move that I don't think has a name yet. It's some kind of tiger driver.
It did have some kind of name. It's a nice thing where she lifts them up and they're face down when they look.
Yes.
She lifts them up and then she drops them straight down into a sitting.
It's like Beth Phoenix's Glam Slam. That's what that was, and really, really devastating on Dakota Kai. For the pinfall, your winners. Pinfall by Jade Cargill, we must note. She got the pinfall at WrestleMania 40.
I think it's called Jaded.
It is Jaded. You're right. There you go.
And it's
Jaded.
a pump handle face smash.
Yeah, it's gnarly. Jade Cargill hits Jaded and gets the win for the Big Three at WrestleMania 40 to a massive ovation. And this faction is a force to be reckoned with, guys.
If they're a faction.
I know. I mean, they gave themselves a name. It's the Big Three.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's a thing. And if it is, that's cool. If it was just for WrestleMania and maybe for some one-off things where you really got to take down a villainous group, I'm here for it.
Yeah, well, obviously the Damage Control story is not finished.
No,
because we have the Kabuki Warriors as the tag champions.
Yes, exactly.
They're still a relevant thing, I guess.
Yeah, so maybe the Big
Three
exists. Maybe the Big Three could take them titles.
Dakota Kai.
Maybe at Backlash or something.
Yeah, I can see a 4-way going on next.
Absolutely. And to follow this, WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania 40, we had brother versus brother. Jimmy Uso, main event, Jey Uso. This was, a culmination, if you will, of a childhood rivalry. And Jimmy and Jay both had, their respective entrances that were a little bit different from their normal ones. Jey Uso had Lil Wayne. Which was
pretty damn cool.
That was pretty cool. I don't think the performance aspect of it was that great, but just to have him call him out was dope. And then Jey Uso, massive ovation from the crowd coming out, and Jimmy Uso comes out in his Michael Jackson's Thriller-looking gear or whatever the case may have been. There were tons of zippers, and the match just begins. And I feel like if this match, me and Mike were talking about this earlier, if this match had a stipulation, it would have done it a lot more justice. It wasn't the greatest match.
A little spice to it, in my opinion.
It needed
something.
something.
From the beginning.
I feel that Jey Uso is the better all-around wrestler, and Jimmy was looking kind of out of shape. And, all they did was throw super kicks at each other for 20 minutes. with the occasional backstabbing where Jey Uso was about to give like the 25th super kick to Jimmy, and he's just putting his hands up and he's telling him to stop. He's sorry. He never meant any of this. And, Jey Uso's kind of falling for it, and the crowd's booing. They don't want this to happen. And he kind of picks up his brother Jimmy, and as he's picking him up, Jimmy pushes off and super kicks him again for the millionth time and almost gets the 3 count on main event Jey Uso there. Needless to say, Jey Uso did not take it easy on Jimmy anymore after this.
No.
14 more super kicks, I would say, until
so many super kicks.
My God, it was
raining super kicks.
Super Kick Mania 40 is what this match was. And after those kicks, Jey Uso then gets to the top rope. Jimmy Uso is not even set up properly, so he has to adjust midair for this Uso splash, which puts his brother Jimmy down for the 3 count. Your winner at WrestleMania 40 is main event. Yes, as advertised. We all knew it. It's main event Jey Uso. And next up on the WrestleMania 40 card, we want to note, guys, that Mike and I are in a band. We're in 2 bands together. One of our bands, Barbarian, cheap plug, how you doing? Was playing.
Barbarian RI.
Barbarian RI on Facebook. Also, you can look up Barbarian on Spotify, where you find our show. Anywho, we were playing a show the night of WrestleMania Night 1. So the both of us were huddled in his car for almost the entire night, watching WrestleMania dedicated
and
to this.
Smoking weed.
And smoking lots of the fine ganja, yeah. And so we had to set up at a certain point, obviously, and it was during the start of Gunther and Sami Zayn. And as we were on stage, doing sound check, getting ready to set up, we found out the outcome of this match, that Gunther and Sammy were just having a barn burner. This match was incredible. I watched it back the following day. This match was not for the weak at heart. These guys really left everything out there. There was a point where Gunther had this match won. He really did. He powerbombed Sammy multiple times. He was jumping off the top rope with that splash multiple times, but he's paying too much attention to Sami Zayn's wife in the crowd.
Yep.
And he's really, talking smack to her. This is your man. This is your man.
That
you know
was
what I mean?
Downfall.
That was the downfall of the Ring General, because Sammy hulked up and had a moment after that, a couple of haluva kicks. And the point I'm trying to make here is Mike and I were on stage, and we happened to glance over at my phone that we were watching WrestleMania on, and it was Sami Zayn, haluva kick, 1, 2, 3. Ending,
I ran over.
Ending,
I ran over with the phone. I showed him, I go, haluva kick, it's over.
I had my guitar in my hands, guys. We were about to play a set, and Mike comes running over with the phone. It's the haluva kick. 1, 2, 3. The 666.
You saw it live.
Oh my God! The 666-day Intercontinental Championship reign of the Ring General Gunther, one of my favorite wrestlers, is over.
Ends on
it
day
is
666.
Wow, I was speechless at that moment. I really don't know what to say still. Monday Night Raw is going to be really interesting. And your winner of this match at WrestleMania 40 and new Intercontinental Champion, did not think this was going to happen. Sami Zayn, congratulations. You beat the Ring General with the help from the master, Chad Gable, and it all came full circle. And guys, it is now time for the main event of WrestleMania 40, Night 1. It is the biggest and most anticipated tag team match in the history of WWE, WrestleMania, everything. This is the biggest thing tag team wise we have ever seen. It is the team of the Bloodline, the Final Boss, The Rock, and the Tribal Chief, WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns, versus the team of World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins and the American Nightmare, the Challenger, Cody Rhodes. In this match, guys, you want to talk cinema? This match was very cinematic. To start, the entrances were absolutely insane. The Rock, the Final Boss WrestleMania entrance, he comes out, and there is The Rock's logo. It's in flames. It's just on fire, and he's walking through the fire as the Final Boss, and I thought that was really cool.
Really over the top intro.
Oh, my God, yeah. that was the final boss entrance of WrestleMania weekend for sure. And he's got this new attire. He's got this, the People's Championship belt that he's coming out with that he got at the Hall of Fame. He's The Rock. He can do whatever he wants. And everyone gets out to the ring, and this match gets going, and it's just an all-out brawl. This was a 45-minute epic, if you will, a bloodbath. Everything you could possibly imagine here.
Without the blood.
Without the blood, yeah, because there was no blood.
It was a bloodbath.
We've gotten enough of it lately, but guys,
yeah, we've gotten our fair share.
We
of
have
blood
gotten
lately.
a lot of blood lately,
I
guys.
like that.
Yeah, and rightfully so. This is a new era. It's the Renaissance era, and it all starts at WrestleMania 40. This tag team match was really great. Had some really great moments, some very cinematic moments. There was also a point where Roman Reigns was going for a spear and ends up inadvertently spearing The Rock, and The Rock just goes down hard, and you think, oh my God, he just speared the final boss. Is this going to be, is this going to start some turmoil between the two? And is the match on the line now for Cody and Seth to win? The Rock is then explained to by Roman Reigns that it was an accident. And unfortunately, guys, this match just did not go the way that we had hoped. It went the way that we thought it was going to go. It was the final boss, The Rock, and Roman Reigns.
What is a WrestleMania title match that's just no rules?
Yeah, no steps,
stipulations,
nothing.
Come on. We all wanted to see it be bloodline rules. Whether they thought it was an advantage to them or not, we'll see. But
yeah, exactly. We'll get there
it's
later on in this
to anybody
episode
because it's no rules, right?
Exactly. And obviously, both teams used that to their advantage. No matter though, your winners here were the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, the final boss The Rock, and that makes the main event of night 2, Bloodline Rules, and there's no turning back.
I liked the people's elbow that he threw down.
The people's elbow
was
was
the rock
great.
bottom too.
He
which
did.
I loved,
he did. That people's elbow was actually a move that was used to try to break the Undertaker out of character, and here it is, decades later, still hitting it with some force, and that is going to end WrestleMania Night 1, guys. We appreciate you listening. It was a very entertaining Night 1. But we have a lot in store for you, man. Night 2 was on a whole different level. We're just going to get right into it, guys.
He ain't lying.
Yeah, and here we go. It is our coverage of Night 2 of WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You are listening to the Source Podcast, by the way. The anticipation is real, man.
All Sunday long until
all
the game time.
day until it was time for that bell to ring.
I wanted to see what the story unfolds.
God, yeah.
Will it finish? Will it not? What's going to happen?
Yeah,
We're about to find out.
Absolutely, and they started strong with Night 1. There was some really, really big moments, but
Night 1 was cool.
It was strong.
It was cool.
But Night 2, like I just said, is on a whole different level. We start off for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It is Drew McIntyre, the Scottish psychopath, versus Seth freaking Rollins, World Heavyweight Champion. And guys, this match set the tone for Night 2, bar none. The match starts and Drew McIntyre hits a Claymore kick like right out of the gate, and you're thinking, oh my God, he might steal the championship here. It was a close 2.5, and Seth was like, dude, what the hell? That was really close. And this match ended up going both ways for a long time. We saw just about every awesome move that everybody had. We saw the pedigree. We saw multiple stomps. We saw claymores. We see everything here. And
nothing was working for either wrestler.
Exactly. For a long time.
Yeah, it was coming down to it.
For a long time, nothing was working at all. And it just seemed like Drew is going to be another one of those matches. McIntyre can't get it. He can't win the big one. He can't get it done when the gold is on the line. And as soon as, the more we're thinking that, he just keeps hitting Claymore kick after Claymore kick. And eventually, guys, I hate to say it, but it was one final Claymore kick that took out the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins, the inaugural champion, first one of its kind. He made this championship as prestigious as it is. You know, at the end of the day, it's just leather and gold. But Seth Rollins made it, you know, something to be proud of. He was the workman's champion.
He really did.
And we hope to see him with this championship again. But you're a winner.
I hope so, because I wasn't done enjoying that
I
reign,
know.
honestly.
I know. And it just abruptly came to an end here at night 2 of WrestleMania 40. And new World Heavyweight Champion, the Scotsman, Drew McIntyre, gets his moment. He gets his WrestleMania moment.
There in this moment.
Yeah, we're
and
like, wow,
we're all
he really
in
did it.
disbelief, honestly,
You know,
that
and then-
Damien didn't come in and cash out.
I know.
You know,
like,
I was
wow.
very much bothered by the fact that he didn't come out and cash out. Then all of a sudden, you know, McIntyre makes his way over.
He's
to the announce
taunting
table,
Punk
right?
now.
Yeah,
he's taunting Punk. He's the, you know, this is it. I won the championship. You're nothing. You know, and Punk has just decided that he's had enough, and he sweeps Drew's leg,
takes off his arm,
takes off
brace.
his brace that he has, and he starts beating Drew McIntyre
I don't know
over
if
the
that's
skull
him telling
with it.
us that like
That he's
not
okay?
injured anymore.
Right.
He was just
He
knew
pulled
this
that
was
thing
gonna
off
happen.
easily,
Yeah.
and just destroyed Drew with it. Knocks him down to the ground. Drew is completely out, and Punk is getting a huge pop right now. And all of a sudden, here it is. It is the cash-in. It is.
Here comes Damian Priest
my
with that
God.
box.
It is the cash-in of the
He
century.
runs in. He smashes him over the head with that
with the briefcase right away, takes him into the ring, south of heaven chokeslam that looked like it came from the heavens. It went high and it went low, and it's 1, 2, 3, and new World Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Senor Money in the Bank, the first Puerto Rican heavyweight champion in 50 years since Pedro Morales. And it is Damian Priest of the Judgment Day. Congratulations go to him. What an insane opening match, guys, to set the tone for night 2. Let's go into the next match on the WrestleMania 40 card. Night 2, it is the Pride, Bobby Lashley, and the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, versus the Final Testament, Karrion Kross, and the Authors of Pain in a Philadelphia street fight.
Baby.
You know, it's been building for a while, guys. It really was. And
they built this well, I feel. I'm into it. I was into
me too.
it,
And what made it so much better is that there was a surprise that was not announced. The special guest referee for this match is none other than ECW legend, Tag Team Championship legend, Bubba Ray Dudley. How cool was that? In Philly, the hometown of
Devon, get the
ECW.
tables.
Oh, and we got some tables, guys. I don't know if y'all watched night 2. I hope you did. But the amount of tables used here was in the teens, I think. There was one point where a table just collapsed on itself, and they had to make it right. They went and got another one. We saw a lot of crazy table spots. Gotta note this: Montez Ford pulled one of the craziest jumps I've ever seen. He was running from one side of the ring to the other and leaped over the top turnbuckle, the ring post, full rotation to the outside of the ring and clearing the ring, didn't touch the ropes, nothing. That was very, very impressive.
That was incredible.
Incredible. I've never seen anything like that, and it was also very dangerous. Speaking of dangerous, Karrion Kross and AOP were looking dangerous in this match as well. Lots of big stuff from the Final Testament. You know, both teams here looking really, really strong. And in the end, the Pride got their moment. They win this match. You know, Montez Ford had his moments. Dawkins, Lashley, they all went hard. You know, it was Montez Ford flying through the sky that propelled them to victory. Your winners of this WrestleMania 40 match are the Pride, the team of Bobby Lashley, and the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins.
Let's go.
And before we move on, worth noting in this match is they were kind of giving special guest referee Bubba Ray Dudley a hard time to boot. And, you know, at one point he just got so fed up with it. He said, you know what, I got something for you. He pulled out the Dudley Boys glasses, and, you know, that was it from there. He was orchestrating this entire match. You know, they even went into a get the tables type chant. You know, it's like Devon was there because Montez did the Devon thing. You know, oh, testify, my brother, testify. And that was really, really cool and worth noting for sure.
Epic.
Epic stuff.
Shaping up for an epic second match
My
of
God.
WrestleMania Night 2.
Yeah, man, and they're delivering. That's what they're doing right now. They're delivering. And next match, we have L.A. Knight. Yeah, in his WrestleMania debut. This is the next match we're covering, man. This is one I've been waiting for a long time. It's L.A. Knight versus the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, at WrestleMania 40. And this one went hard. We do think it could have used a stipulation just to make things that much harder.
Needs to be like a backstage brawl, I feel.
You know, especially with all the build-up to it. You know, but either way, guys, these guys really went and did some stuff that I haven't seen. LA Knight pulled out this springboard tornado DDT that I loved, that I did not recall seeing him do before. You know, the jumps to the top rope from flat-footed, you know, on the ring. LA Knight really put his style in a showcase tonight, and he ended up taking down the phenomenal AJ Styles with some BFT for you, yeah. And he gets a clean win over a legendary wrestler at WrestleMania 40. We love this for LA Knight. I love this personally.
Absolutely.
He
You got a
needed
Mania
this.
win. That could only mean that he's destined for bigger things coming up, hopefully.
Absolutely. And, you know, we really, really appreciate what Triple H is doing for LA Knight, because that was a big one for him. Definitely another notch in the belt for LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after that, we have a pretty big one now, guys. It is the U.S. Championship match. It is U.S. Champion Logan Paul, the Maverick, in a triple threat match versus Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, the Viper. And this match also went hard AF.
Yep.
Lots of really cool stuff here. We had at one point Randy, you know, being the sneaky Viper that he is, try to pull a quick RKO out of nowhere on Kevin Owens.
Yep, and he looked at him like
we're doing this now, man?
Yeah, it was
like,
very,
are we doing this now? It was kind of
clever moment.
It was
interaction
cool
between those two.
Yeah,
right
it was
there.
definitely cool, and you could tell it was like awkward for the both of them, because you know they were this awesome team rolling into WrestleMania, but they decided that it just, you know, this is it. This is for the U.S. Championship. And we saw a lot of cool moments here. Logan Paul obviously does not come alone. He came with his brass knuckles. He definitely did not succeed in the same outcome the last time he used those. They didn't really work for him this time. But then he had a bottle of Prime outside, a human-sized blue bottle of Prime.
Yes, sir.
Outside the ring, which actually happened to be this YouTuber Speed that my son knew. He was like, Dad, that's I Show Speed or whatever his name is. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's the bottle of Prime that's getting an RKO out of nowhere on this
Didn't go
on
through
this
the table,
announce.
worth noting.
And yeah, that kind of looked like it hurt worse. You know,
Yeah.
because the table did not break. He later then, I saw it today, he later then posted a tweet or a social media update of himself, like all messed up, and says, WWE's real on God, bro. Like, he really, you know, was affected by this moment by the Viper, Randy Orton. And
yeah. How could you not be?
yeah, right, exactly. And
I saw the neck brace.
Now, a crazy part to note here is that at this point, it's Kevin Owens and Randy Orton in the match. He throws Randy Orton off the ropes and goes for that pop-up power bomb on Randy Orton to surely end it all if he hits that. And Randy comes down and hits the RKO out of nowhere, out of the pop-up power bomb for a reversal. And KO is just out. He's done for. Logan magically shows up, throws Randy Orton out of the ring just long enough to hit a pretty awesome D'Lo Brown type frog splash off of the top rope.
Yeah.
You know, Logan is just hitting on all cylinders. He's impressing with
He
his
saw
aerial
his
moves.
opportunity. I mean,
He's
at
like
the beginning
Edge,
of
the
match,
ultimate opportunist.
Yeah, at the beginning of the match, we thought it was going to be between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. By the way, they were just tag teaming up on him and eliminating him out of it. But as soon as Kevin Owens and, you know, Randy Orton started, you know, hitting each other, you know, it seemed like Logan Paul was just playing it cool.
Exactly. Just let them beat the hell out of each other, and just wait for his moment.
It was pretty cool to watch, honestly.
Yeah. And Logan Paul retains the championship. 1, 2, 3. He gets the pin on KO himself, who wrestled Stone Cold at WrestleMania a few years ago.
Yes,
so that's
he
a
did.
big win.
Yes, he did.
He retains the U.S. championship. The Maverick era of the U.S. title is not over, and I think he's making that title mean more and more as as the events go by, and I think
they might want him to hold it for a full year.
Maybe, but I think a really good contender for that championship would be LA Knight. Just saying, yeah, our boy is due to be dripping in some gold. So there's your triple threat match of WrestleMania Night 2 being retained by the champion himself, Logan Paul. And so far, there's only been 2 champions that retained so far. It was Rhea Ripley on Night 1 and Logan Paul on Night 2. Otherwise, we've had all new champions, guys. So this is getting really interesting as we go further and further down the card. Next match coming right up. And our next match of the WrestleMania 40 card for Night 2, it is challenger Bayley versus WWE SmackDown Women's Champion Io Sky of Damage Control. And both entrances were pretty cool here. Bayley had a really nice one. Io Sky had a decent entrance. And the match begins, and it's back and forth for sure. At times, Bayley is absolutely dominating, and later on, it was Io Sky that was hitting moonsault after moonsault, and she was hitting all of her offense properly, and she just couldn't put Bayley down. It's like she really couldn't find a way to
it didn't
beat
seem
Bayley.
like she was the match for her.
No, definitely not. She definitely had her spurts and got her offense in for sure. But this is WrestleMania, and Bayley, she's not been on this stage many times, but she has been there enough to know, how to get her way out of certain situations, and it showed here. Bayley looked like the veteran. Io Sky looked like the student. Your winner of this match, it is, and new WWE SmackDown Women's Champion. It is Bayley, the Royal Rumble winner.
Rightfully so.
And rightfully so, absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't really see her losing this match or get worried about her losing this match at any time during this match.
Not at all.
It was a great payoff. It was great to see her lift that title up at the end for the fans.
She looked strong, for the first time at WrestleMania, Yeah, she was, she was lifting that title for the first time at a WrestleMania, and good for her. Bayley, your new WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, taking out former champion Io Sky of Damage Control. So we wonder what's going to happen now that Damage Control has 0 gold in that faction. And now, guys, this is it. This is the moment we have all for sure waited for. It is 1 year in the making since the heartbreaking loss of WrestleMania 39. It is the rematch. We have Royal Rumble 2023 and 2024 winner, the challenger, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Here we go, man.
We've all been waiting for it all
This
year
is
long.
it, and fuck did it deliver, versus the Tribal Chief and WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. And can we just start with these entrances first and foremost?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, we had an amazing set of entrances here for this match. Obviously, the challenger comes out first here in this setting. Cody Rhodes, before his music plays, there's like this really cool graphic on the screen. It's like these pirate flags. They're all tattered and torn, and it's really, really epic music. And then up from the Cody Vader, if you want to call it that, coming up from the Cody Vader, it is the American Nightmare himself with the sickest mask I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Cody is wearing the Nightmare logo
damn cool,
mask.
Man. It was like a Skeletor. Kind of looked like Skeletor from He-Man
It did,
a little bit.
but it was the American Nightmare mask. It had the wings. It had the skull. It was the mask of, it's his logo in physical form of a mask, and it looked unbelievable. He is with his wife, Brandy Rhodes. She is escalated up with him, and his song hits, and the whoa is huge. The pyro is massive, and Cody Rhodes with a hell of an entrance as he attempts to finish his story at WrestleMania 40. In the main event, Mama Rhodes is out there. Mama Rhodes is just crossing her fingers, hoping her boy's going to get the job done. Up next for entrances, we had the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, which was played by a full orchestra out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and they killed it doing the Tribal Chief's theme song. The performance of that was on point. They had a very good conductor. They had an awesome drummer. They had a full orchestra, string section, promotion, you name it, they had it going. And here we go, guys. We're in the middle of the ring. Samantha Irvin is announcing, the tail of the tape. It's the challenger, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, versus the champion, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. And it begins, this match. The bell rings to a massive pop. We've been waiting a whole year for this, guys.
Yeah.
It's
honestly, the match went on for a long time. While I was saying to myself, when is there going to be interference?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
for the
I feel like they gave it a good shake of Roman versus Cody. We got a good
by
amount
themselves.
of it,
Yes, and we did. We saw a lot of big moves from both parties. From the Tribal Chief, he hit a perfect plex that I don't recall him ever hitting before. I thought that was really awesome from Roman.
It's WrestleMania.
You got to pull everything out of the bag, baby. I know it. We ended up seeing Cody with lots of really cool moves. He hit the disaster kick. He hits the Cody cutter.
He did.
He hit all that stuff, and we're sitting there wondering, when is, this is Bloodline rules. When is this going to get enforced? There was a point where Cody even took out a table, and Roman Reigns was like, nah. And he was like, nah, and he put it back under the ring and said, "We're doing this."
That was in the early goings of the
yeah,
match.
and the Tribal Chief was really showing
Cody
that
was being the advantage.
He was using
the advantage.
He was being the advantagist or the advantagey.
He was being advantageous.
Yes, absolutely.
And he grabbed that chair out, but then
nah.
It was really funny to see Roman, put it back under the ring.
Yeah, like we're playing fair for once, dude.
He's like, I don't need this.
No, I don't need this at all. I mean? You might need this, but I don't need this. And as this is happening, Roman Reigns is talking all sorts of trash to Cody Rhodes. He actually he's got him up against the ropes, and he says, "This is my company, you little bitch." Like, I was like, "Oh my God." Like, he is really, he is really trash talking Cody Rhodes right now. And after that, then Roman Reigns hits the crossroads on Cody Rhodes, and Cody kicks out. And then what I thought was really cool, I don't know if you picked up on this, Mike, is after Roman Reigns hit the crossroads on Cody, and it only got a 2 count, Roman's like,
it was a funny
that move sucks.
Too.
It was. And he was like, that move sucks. It couldn't beat anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, as this match continues on now, it's looking really, really good for Cody. He hits a crossroads, and here it comes. Finally, it is Jimmy Uso.
I think it was on he was trying to pull off the triple crossroads.
Like the 3 in a row.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Jimmy pops up, gives him the super kick.
And here we go, guys. It begins. There's the Bloodline rules for you. And just as we start to think,
me and you are both, me and Joe are watching in separate buildings.
Separate
but I feel
places
like spiritually,
now. We were there, man.
We were both
We were
chanting,
texting back and forth.
We were both chanting for Jey Uso at that point. We
Absolutely.
were both, come on, Jey. Where's Jey? Where's Jey?
Where is he? Where is he?
Here he comes down the
and
ring.
Here he comes, just what we wanted. He comes down the ramp. He pulls his brother Jimmy out of there, and they're fighting up the ramp. And out of nowhere, a spear from main event Jey Uso. He hits a nasty spear to Jimmy off of the WrestleMania 40 stage through a set of tables, and they are non-factors now. They are out of this match. And you think that maybe we can get a clean finish to this match now that has happened.
Yeah.
And here comes the enforcer now. It's Solo Sikoa, and he's coming to raise hell. He hits Cody with a Samoan spike, and you're like, God damn it.
Same thing.
Here we go
again. It was the same scenario as last year. He had him in the Cody cutter position, and his Solo comes out and hits him with the spike. Well, you know what I mean?
And you're like, here you go, guys. This is not going to be good. And oh my
God,
God,
trashed him a little more. I know that we ended up getting a spike spear.
We had the spike.
And Solo's running around the ring being like, come on, Roman, finish this.
Yeah, we had the spike. We had the spear, and it's not looking good. We're getting really worried for Cody and the finishing of the story. And who is it? Oh my God, it is John Cena.
Yep.
Revenge on Solo Sikoa. He's the one who took him out with the 20-something Samoa spikes at Crown Jewel. And here comes the GOAT, John Cena. Place is going nuts. We've never seen anything like this. John Cena comes out, takes out Solo. He starts rearranging furniture outside of the ring, and he decides he's going to put Solo through the Spanish announce table. Boom, AA, done. John Cena gets back in the ring, says, you know what, Roman Reigns, you're here. You're getting an AA too. Boom, done. And out of nowhere, it's the final boss now. And
you knew was
he's
coming.
pissed. Oh, yeah, of course. He's pissed. He's getting bleeped out all the way down to the ring. He's like, The Rock's fucking pissed. I'm going to tell you something. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. He was in rare form coming down that
Rare
ring.
form. And he comes out there. He's hitting rock bottoms now. He's really going over. And a minute or two later, this I did not expect. It was Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield. It was Seth Rollins. Shield Seth Rollins. And now this is prime storytelling, because going back a little bit, Seth told Cody he was his Shield. You know what I mean? And that was, really much deeper, obviously.
Very deep
Very
part,
deep
yeah.
storytelling now. The Rock's very confused. Shield Seth Rollins comes in the ring, and he's taken down. He is out cold. And, at this point, the wrestling world is going nuts, absolutely nuts. And, the final boss, The Rock, is standing in the middle of the ring now, looking like he's about to make this, a bloodline victory here. And then the lights go out. Lights go out, and we hear the gong. Wow, guys.
You know
we
who
could
this
not
is?
call this. I almost called this main event to a T.
You had
I
Stone
said it was
Cold?
going to be Cena.
Yeah.
I said it was going to be at a hairy time, but I had Stone Cold Steve Austin. Instead, it's The
I don't
Undertaker.
think either of us thought that that Shield Seth was
Oh,
coming
my
down
God. No
either.
way. Yeah, right. I keep forgetting that. No one knew about that. That was
But
really well
you
done.
swapped Taker and Stone Cold. And
Yeah,
your
and
prediction's
my
pretty
prediction
accurate,
was pretty
but-
accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Taker now. The place is losing their fucking shit. Everyone's going out of control. I know me at my house, me, my son, my buddy Anthony, we were all just screaming at the top of our lungs and grabbing each other and just jumping up and down. It was unbelievable. And Taker he appears right behind the final boss, and The Rock is talking all sorts of smack. He's waiting for him to come down the ramp, and Paul Heyman actually goes, Rock, Rock, and Rock turns around to meet the actual WrestleMania boss, The Undertaker, who tombstones him into next week.
It was a good form.
I mean, I'm sorry, he
It was a
chokeslammed
good
him. He
form.
chokeslammed him.
Yeah, it was a choke
I was
slam.
wishing for a tombstone, that's why.
He lifted him way up there, drove him down.
The
It was
Rock
awesome.
kept the Mama Rhodes belt in his
Yeah.
hand the entire
And just
time.
as quick as the Undertaker appeared, the lights went off and he disappeared.
And he teleports away back into the nether realm, brother.
Yeah, that's
And
correct.
now Roman is left with a choice. This match is already absolute art. It's cinema. But now, for more prime storytelling, Cody Rhodes is out. He's completely out. If Roman takes this chair right now and takes it to Cody, he's retaining his world championship here. And he then looks at a down and out Shield Seth Rollins, who's just laid out in the ring and he's starting to get up. Now, Roman looks at Cody. He looks at Shield Seth Rollins, and he has to make a choice. And he remembers 10 years ago this moment where Shield Seth Rollins did the same thing to Roman Reigns, and that's what put him on this path of becoming the tribal chief and all this war. So Roman Reigns decides, you know what, it's WrestleMania 40. I am going to avenge myself for 10 years ago. He takes the chair to Seth Rollins' back, and Rollins is now sacrificed. He has sacrificed himself for the greater good and for the hope of Cody Rhodes. And now that really shows us something, because Cody Rhodes now is back on his feet. The match is going. Cody Rhodes kicks out of many moves that I thought were going to end this thing.
Yeah.
And, Cody is just
really
not
did.
taking no for an answer.
It really kept us on the edge of
Oh
our
my God!
seat.
Yeah, it was the craziest 5 minutes in pro wrestling history. It's not even close. Cody ends up putting Roman Reigns in the crossroads. 2 or 3 of them in a row. 3 of them.
3 in a row.
It was the insurance policy, guys, for the finishing of the
then it was the
story.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Holy fuck, dude! Your winner and new WWE, Undisputed, Universal, whatever you want to call it, the King, American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes has dethroned the tribal chief.
Finished.
Check mark, story finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Raw
Wow.
a chance tonight. I don't know if we can top all that.
I don't, dude. my God, this is the next day now, and I've been thinking about it all day. I can't believe it happened. Cody finishes the story in the most epic fashion, the passing of the torch between Roman and Taker and Cena and Rock, and you know what I mean? Everyone was a part of this to put Cody Rhodes over as the guy. 1, 2, 3, 3 crossroads in a row, puts the tribal chief down finally after 1,316 days as
WWE
champion.
Fully flexed their muscle this weekend.
Yeah, man.
And it's going to be a real uphill battle for AEW to
Absolutely,
catch up to
catch up. Yeah, dude, it's not even
gonna
close.
be,
It was art. It was straight fucking cinema, dude.
a miracle, really.
I have never seen anything like it. It was a hell of a moment. What a ride. What a ride, guys, this road to WrestleMania has been. We appreciate you taking that ride with us here at the Source Podcast. And we have a new world champion, man. It's the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. The Renaissance era has begun. The Rhodes era has begun. He finishes the story. The championship his father did not win. Now goes to Mama Rhodes at the end of the show, where we had a really nice moment where Randy, LA Knight, Sami Zayn, Triple H, all these guys are out there holding up Cody Rhodes like, dude, you're the one who just dethroned the tribal chief. The bloodline is done. Roman Reigns leaves the arena sobbing on the wise man, Paul Heyman. Hats off to Roman Reigns. What a hell of a run. This guy put that championship on his back for almost 4 years. And you know what, man? Well-deserved time off for the tribal chief Roman Reigns.
Him and Gunther in the same,
same boat,
weekend,
man. Yeah, man. Gunther, hats off to you. 666 days.
666. Crazy.
For the Ring General. And we thought that was crazy until we saw what we just talked about. That is going to end it, guys. That is going to end our WrestleMania Nights 1 and 2 coverage from the Source Wrestling Podcast. But before we go, we are going to do things the way we always do things. We're going to give you a little bit of On This Day in Wrestling History.
And on this day in wrestling history, we have our notable wrestling birthdays as usual.
Yeah.
First up on the docket is Bianca Belair.
Oh, the EST.
1989.
Same year as me. Maybe it's meant to be, Mike.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Montez Ford, move over. Joe's coming in for the kill, yeah.
Now, we also have Les Thornton, 1934.
We assume that's a rest in peace as well.
He lived till 2019. Was a British professional wrestler who competed in Great Britain, Japan, Europe, and North America regional promotions throughout the 1970s, 1980s, including joint promotions Stampede Wrestling, the World Wrestling Federation, and the National Wrestling Alliance.
I like it.
He was trained by Billy Riley and the Snake Pit.
Nice. And on this day in wrestling history, 2019, the Hardy Boys defeated the Usos to win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships once again on an episode of SmackDown from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, which they just had the biggest selling Raw of all time there at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. And on this day in wrestling history, the year 2011, Adam Cole, Bay, defeated Sami Callihan in the final of the Combat Zone Wrestling Best of the Best tournament in none other than Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which happens to be exactly where WrestleMania 40 just happened today in wrestling history.
Really cool. And on this day in wrestling history in 2000, ECW champion Mike Awesome signs with WCW.
Rest in peace, Mike Awesome.
This begins a chain of events that sees Mike Awesome become public enemy number one in the eyes of everyone associated with ECW.
Oh, yeah.
He eventually lost the title to Taz a few weeks after his WCW debut. This marked a totally unique occurrence where a WCW contracted wrestler faced a WWE contracted star, Taz, on an ECW show.
Unbelievable. And, it's all very fitting for ECW and everything that WrestleMania 40 weekend was in Philly and everything like that. And that is going to end our mega WrestleMania episode. Hope you guys enjoyed WrestleMania Night 1 and 2. I know we really did. I myself am going to say that end of Night 2 was the greatest 5 minutes I've ever seen in pro wrestling. That one sequence, it was about 5 minutes on YouTube. That ending sequence of that match to Cody finally finishing the story was some of the greatest cinema I've ever seen. As a wrestling fan, I love it. We are very excited for Monday Night Raw, and as you guys are listening to this, we will be, reflecting on Raw and what happened. But thank you guys for once again listening to the Source Wrestling Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. Follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Once again and finally, you are listening to The Source, WWE, AEW, All Things Wrestling Podcast with Joe
And
Mike. Yeah.
yeah.
Welcome to the Renaissance era, bitches.
Now let us talk to you in the Renaissance era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy.